What up, and welcome everybody to Conversations with D's Nets. This your girl D's Nets, and I was just kind of flipping through YouTube, and I came through a video by Axiom and Amnesia talking about how O-Dog does not exist in the movie Menace to Society, and it's a very, very interesting concept. I love when movies do this, when they give you this storyline and you believe it until you look at it from a different angle and you realize that, yo, that's not exactly what they meant. Almost like the movie Fight Club. So we're gonna rewatch Menace to Society and see if we can either confirm or deny this for ourselves, because they give a lot of good points, but until I can sit back and watch them in context, I have no idea. Interesting. We're in the first scene with O-Dog and Caine buying beer at the corner bodega, and they're telling them, hurry up and buy. It's that scene, the hurry up and buy scene. But as they are walking away from the back of the store where the refrigerators are, if you look up in the mirror, you only see one pair of pants or one pair of legs walking, which could very well just be the camera angle. So I'm just gonna keep watching, because like I said, we're only in the first episode, first scene. So they circle around. O-Dog has shot the shop owner, and he has his wife hostage at this moment, and they're walking to the back of the store. Now you only see O-Dog in the reflection, because O-Dog pretty much is taking over Caine from what the theory says. Hello, it's Editor Me here. Going back to grab some screenshots, I looked in that mirror again and realized that you can see both Caine and O-Dog. So, out the window, first scene. You can see the whole crew, cameras and all. So we're going to let that cancel itself out. O-Dog is holding the store owner hostage, taking her to the back of the store, while Caine is in the front, curious as to what's going on. O-Dog told him to hit the register. Caine was sitting there panicking, and he did not. So that kind of lends into the two people, one body. He's talking to himself like, yo, I need to hit the register, but at the same time, he is, trying to clear up loose ends. So very, very interesting. Okay, so here's where that theory starts to break apart. We are in the house party scene. Caine walks in, he daps everybody up, he comes in alone, no drinks, no alcohol, no weed. And I say that because I was going to try to connect maybe Caine drinking to him when his personality splits, or when he is then O-Dog. I was trying to make that connection, but that didn't work. However, Caine walks through the party, daps everybody up, gets to the back. O-Dog is already there playing dice. He pulls O-Dog to the side and has this small conversation with him. And then we go to AWAX, the homeboy. AWAX speaks to Caine, and then he turns and talks to O-Dog. So there are two people there. He is not talking at one or near one, or it could be he's talking directly to Caine and he's talking directly to O-Dog. So Grandpa sits down KD and Kevin to have a conversation with you boys. He acknowledges that there are two young men sitting on the couch. So now that I think about it, it would probably have, the theory in itself would have probably made more sense if Caine had died when he got shot. So we do have a O-Dog and Caine combination that does exist, but when Caine got shot, that's when, and he died at the hospital. And now O-Dog is actually the one that is having the visions of the hallucinations of Caine being there. Because maybe O-Dog, well, we're gonna keep watching. But that's just a thought. Just a cute little thought, because AWOL is still talking to everybody. But AWOL could be that homeboy that just indulges the ideas. Just a thought. And just to piggyback off that idea, maybe Caine is in maybe purgatory or either his idea of heaven. That's why we keep cutting back to him with Jada Pinkett and her kids. The lighting is always different. It's always very ethereal, very heavenly. You know, sun rays. Everybody's glowing. Another instance that kills that theory is Anthony coming outside and speaking to Caine, and then turning, looking up, and speaking to O-Dog. Alright, my people, I just finished watching. So, unfortunately, I cannot get behind the theory that Caine and O-Dog are the same people. That O-Dog is Caine's alter ego. I cannot co-sign that. Another theory that I came up with, but it still is not fully supported by the actions of the movie unless you rearrange certain things in your mind. I heard them mention in their video that there was some timeline things going on, but I'm not 100% sure about those. I'm the kind of person, I just watch a movie for what it is, and I don't think too hard into it until I'm given something more to think about. And that's the case with this movie. I haven't watched Menace II Society since about 93 or 94. I actually remember where I saw it because my parents would not let me watch it at home. So I watched it at my homegirl's house, Danielle, that lived down the street. Yeah, that soundtrack though, boy, that was one of the top soundtracks to ever come out. It is way up down my list. That is a bad, I'm sorry, sidetrack. Let's get back to it. It's a great soundtrack. But no, I couldn't co-sign with the idea that O-Dog is Caine's alter ego. However, something that I did see that could be played out is that Caine actually died in the first shooting. And a lot of the scenes, I don't know if you pay attention, but they have this real fuzzy smoke background to it. And I mentioned it earlier, kind of ethereal, kind of heavenly or otherworldly. But there are several scenes that are shot like that for no real reason. There's a scene where Caine was interrogated, and there was a lot of colors that represented hell for me. So it felt like when he was with Jada Pinkett Smith, he was in heaven, and when he was being interrogated, he was on the level of hell. I feel like after the shooting, if we're going to, call it, whatever, I think after Caine was shot the first time, Caine died, and after that, we saw O-Dog trying to avenge his death, and the scenes with Caine would be either flashbacks in that time that he almost died, or in his time of death, because they say that when you die, your whole life flashes before your eyes. I actually watched a video on that, and I thought it was pretty cool. They say that it flashes before your eyes because your brain is trying to make sense of what's happening to your body and trying to make up for that. And it's going through all of the scenarios that it knows that your body has gone through to try to resolve whatever the issue is that's causing you to die. And that's why your whole life flashes before your eyes. Very, very interesting idea. But I do think that a lot of those videos, I do think that a lot of those scenes were flashbacks to better times, because they were all very clear, very upbeat, very happy. Caine stayed positive. A lot of times people were trying to get him out of the situation that he's in. So either he was in purgatory trying to figure out how he could realign his life to get to a better place and realize that his end result is going to always be the same, or he died in that first shooting and this is just his life replaying out until he eventually dies at the end, because in his brain that's the only good way that he could die. That's the only good way that he could let himself leave this realm, is by saving someone else's life after all of the lives that he's taken. I don't know. It's just a thought. It's just a theory. I want to go back and listen to this and see if it sounds as stupid as I'm saying it. I don't know, but thank you for giving me something to think about, Axiom Amnesia. Appreciate you.